Hope you're well. Welcome to my channel. So this is where I talk about twin flame process, and all my readings are channeled, so it's coming straight from a vibrational source. It's not what I think or what I make up or anything like that. I have no opinions either way. It's just what comes through. So just to say that to start with, and then also to let you know that I have an offer on for Christmas, for the holidays really, which is I'm putting it in the description box below, and it'll be on the website on the booking page as well. So if you wanted to get a cheaper reading, video reading or Skype, you can check that out there. And then all the booking information as well is on the website, how to book. Okay, so the week is starting. Today's the Monday. It's the 11th of December, and the moon is in Sagittarius. Then we've got new moon on Wednesday. That's going to be, hang on a minute, it's actually tomorrow. It's going to be exact in the UK 11:30 at night. It's going to be in Sagittarius, but then it's staying new as it moves into Capricorn. Starts to do that on Wednesday. By Thursday it's fully in Capricorn, and and then we're out of it by end of Thursday, it looks like. So it's just what the moon's doing. And then let's get on with the cards and see what they have to say about anything else this week. Finessing. So they're talking about, they're showing me a hand being held out, and there is like loads of what looks like gold kind of jumping around in the hand. It's like sparkly stuff. Wealth and riches, and finessing wealth and riches. So it could be that you're engaged in something like that as we move through to the week. So how that's going to apply to the moon coming up? It's a dark moon, which relates to the masculine energy, which is going to start in Sagittarius, which is about communication, and then finish in Capricorn, which is about aspiration. So Capricorn is almost this is jumping out, right? Two of Swords. It's like the most egotistical of the earth signs. So it's the one that's mostly connected to anything that is of a monetary value, and accessing wealth and riches, basically. So it might be that as you move through this moon, you're going to be employing your masculine side, which is your egoic side, as you engage in the physical world with the pursuit of wealth and riches. It might be thought out in Sagittarius, but Sagittarius is also fire, so it's communicating and it's fire. So going forward in Sagittarius, somehow into battle, they're saying, but not, that doesn't mean a fight. It just means like ready to go, and like, you know, with a fiery kind of get-go, and a fiery kind of like, I'm going to have this, I'm going to get it, I want it, and I'm gonna, you know, just because the communication thing they're saying is like it might not even be communicating with somebody, but it's just the you going after what you want, which is a form of communication, a fiery communication. So maybe you're employing other, you know, in the old days people used to speak to bank managers, but I guess nowadays it's all done online, isn't it? All done through apps, so it's not really any physical person that you talk to when you're trying to access money. It's more like you click on, I want this and I want this and I want this, and see if it comes back and says you can have it. So I feel like maybe that's what's happening at the beginning part of the month. There's some lessons going on around power in the physical domain, owning power in the physical domain. So Capricorn is about owning power in the physical domain. It's the, you know, like they say, it's the most egotistical in value of the earth signs. So it's about what can I get and how much can I have, and none of that's negative, right? It's just like how much power do I have over what I can have? So it's like, I'm going to go after the most that I want. I'm going to get the most that I want. And I'm, you know, because I thoroughly deserve the most that I can get. So maybe there's something like that playing out in your life. Everything that's playing out is for twin flame connection, for the process. So it's an energetic work in building your power. So this activity is for the feminine, although it's the dark moon, which is about the masculine. It's still going to be very much the feminine, kind of bringing out this drive and ambition. Capricorn is all about ambition. Sagittarius has got drive and ambition, about what can I collect. They're saying collect. So how much money can I take and bring into my sphere of existence in the physical framework without any fear? Because it's always about challenging fear, twin flame process. It's about owning power in the physical dimension, which means not operating from a sense of fear. So it might be that you're going towards a lot of money, like, you know, grabby, let's get my hands on this money, which is actually an energetic kind of playoff in your twin flame connection. It's saying, I can have what I want, I'm going to have what I want, I have no fear of taking what I want. And, you know, whether that means, you know, normally people get into fear about money because of the repercussions, like, oh, I'm going to have to pay it back double later and that kind of stuff. Or whatever it is, you know, what if I become really poor and then I won't be able to pay it off? You know, as in loans and credit cards, stuff like that. But that's fear mentality, right? So power, abundant state is, oh, well, something's going to come along and help me pay it off. You know, I'm not going to have any need to pay it off. There will be something coming out somewhere that I'll just get paid off. You know, maybe not even using the word paid off. Just, I'm going to have it now because I can have it now, so why not have it now? Which is, and I've got no fear about what happens next because it's a focus on the present moment. That is always the process, right? So it means you're not looking ahead to like into a worst case scenario or of a losing value scenario, right? So your value is always building in terms of yourself. Again, Capricorn, physical, self, and like ownership of all your power in the physical dimension, and ambition and aspiration, and not ever believing that you're going to lose value, just seeing your value growing and growing and growing, and you're becoming more and more and more in a state of abundance, living proof of the law of attraction, and how, you know, the more you spend, the more you get, basically. That's the law of attraction. The more you focus on having more, the more you will get. So if you focus on lack and poverty mentality, you just dwindle away to having nothing. But it's like you've got to spend to accumulate almost. So it's that energy this week. Some kind of you might, on the other hand, be putting money forward into some kind of project in Sagittarius, again, which might be mentally driven, egoic, masculine. So maybe putting money where your mouth is somehow, in terms of like a project or an aspiration. Again, building in Capricorn, like what you're going to receive from that. So it might be some people are putting money into ideas and into, you know, new scenarios, some kind of scenario, some kind of like the payment will come later, but if I put the money in now, it's going to grow. Stocks and shares kind of a thing. Businesses, growth, you know, anything really. So that's kind of what's coming up at the start of the week anyway, in terms of the energetic opportunity that's being offered in your growth and your expansion into abundance and positivity in the physical dimension. And having no doubt or fear, basically. So Capricorn's a leader, right, of the pack. And not to say, you know, Capricorns don't go through states and stages of fear, because it's just human to go through that. But there's something about the Capricorn nature that is, it just kind of steams through obstacles in terms of, you know, self-belief really and self-value. So it doesn't let a negligible self-value stop it from pushing ahead, basically, into like new territory. So that's what they're saying there. I'm going to get the cards out now because I've just got it stopping. I've just got it kind of stopping at Wednesday now, and I'm not feeling anything after that. So let's have a look and see. Right, so there's a cool down coming, they're saying, after Wednesday. So it's like there's some kind of, it looks like a drop falling into a pool of water, like a really still pool of water, and a drop of rain or a drop of water just dropping into it, and some ripples expanding. So it's expansive, right? And it's also, but it's like just one drop, just one thing can change everything. Is kind of, so maybe this beginning of this week is about that one thing that you decide to do that's going to change everything. And whatever it is, it's thought, so it's the fire, it's momentum, it's Sagittarius, aspiration, communication, and it's the Capricorn, it's the done deal, right, in Capricorn, and then it's kind of finishing. And it's signed, sealed and delivered, they're saying. They do use that phrase quite a lot. They like that one. Stevie Wonder sang that one. And then because of that change, or what you put forward, there's like one, it's like this drop falling into this pool of water, and it sends a ripple, and it's an expansion, but it's a really like soothing, healing energy coming after this moon. So they're saying taking the weight off something, so it's a weight off the mind. So I do believe actually what you're going to be asked to do at the beginning of the week by Wednesday is going to be something that's going to change the mentality of your twin flame, because also everything is connected mentally, right? And your twin is the masculine, so it's the mentality. But your function in your mentality changes their mentality, brings them out of fear, which is that 8, right? So you go in as the feminine, you're going through the transformational 0 point, masculine and feminine, into the masculine at the new moon. Whatever it is you're doing, as you build up and go through, it's for them, their mentality. Coming out again, hitting the waters of the feminine as you come out. What sign is after Capricorn? Aquarius. Well, it's not water, it's still mind. And then it's Pisces, right? So maybe by the Pisces, the healing effect occurs. You know, Aquarius, water bearer, so that's like the one drop of water maybe. And then Pisces and the healing effect occurs. So back into the feminine. So you release your ego. It's like, oh, I've done it now. That's done. Signed, sealed, delivered. But actually why you're doing it is not for you physically. That's why you do it, and you're guided through it, and you just do it even though you could go into fear about it. You don't, because it's for your twin flame process. So it's for how the masculine is going to arrive at a set state of let go in the mind and not be worried about something anymore that they might have been worried about, i.e. money. So maybe your twin is out there somewhere worrying about money, or having a question mark around money, feeling a lack of self-worth, a lack of self-value, something like that. Somehow they're saying a quick fix is coming in terms of the masculine and their aspiration. They're using that word again, which is about how they feel about, you know, aspiring to be in abundance, maybe. You know, how you feel about aspiration, like where you could get to in terms of your self-worth. Right, so it feels like you're bringing them up somehow, which of course you are, because you always are. And then we've got 6 of Cups, which is the card of reunion. Emotions, they're saying emotions run dry. So it's like clearing emotions somehow, clearing out something at the something at the bottom again. So it's like you go into the masculine, you clear it out. You're clearing out some lack, I feel, by doing something really positive and quite different to maybe to how you normally operate as well. With this, whatever it is, project you're putting forward at the beginning of the week, energy moving. So everything that you're going through is bringing you together after you being apart. So it's your sense of self-worth, your sense of self-value. It's their sense of self-worth, their sense of self-value. It's a sense of freedom as well, because they've got that expansion coming from the healing, which is a feeling of like, that's the weight off my mind, right? So you're basically going into something so you can take a weight off the masculine's mind at this moon, which is their moon. The dark moon is a masculine moon. Right, the Emperor, there he is, made manifest. So it's about the physical healing of the physical twin, the masculine twin. and about them coming into their state of abundance and power, which can't get more powerful than the Emperor, because he's manifest, he's for, he's alive, and he's feeling really, really, really gung-ho and really powerful and really like he's got the answer for everything, basically. And there's no stone left unturned in terms of his self-value and self-worth. Something maybe that you do at the beginning of this week is going to make your masculine feel really clever, you know? Like it's going to lead them to flick a switch and they do something. Or even maybe just feel a certain way. Because they said emotions running dry, right? So it's like the end of something emotionally. That's maybe stop them from feeling like they're all powerful and that they can do anything and they've got the answers. Maybe they do something like they sign on the dotted line somewhere. They're saying, you know, it's like they finally come out of the fear where they're going to make a big life change. It could be moving somewhere or taking on a new job or agree, you know, some kind of an agreement, not necessarily with you, but something that's going to affect their life that they've been putting off, you know. Hierophant, relationship. 9 of Cups, which is happiness. So it's feeling of reward and happiness and a feeling of release. You know, I feel like this thing that's going to go on at the beginning of the week is almost like something that you could go into a load of fear about it, but I just don't feel there's any fear there. When you're really guided to do something that you wouldn't really normally do because there's a fear around it, like borrowing a shitload of money from a bank that people are normally like, oh, I don't know, oh, you know, then they're going to tie me up in knots and all this kind of stuff, right? So people put it off and they don't do it and they live in poverty because they think they can't afford it and all this kind of stuff. And I'm not trying to say anybody should do it either way. It's not my opinion. I'm just saying what comes out. But there's this sense of relief coming around, owning power over it, whatever it is. So that thing doesn't make you feel bad, right? And it doesn't make you feel like you can't move forward. Because whatever it is you're healing here, you are healing in the masculine and it's them moving forward. So you are healing their inability to move forward through you moving into something. And there is a sense of, you know, a happiness that you have the power over that. That you're like, actually, I'm doing this thing and it's not bothering me at all. I don't feel any fear. And in not feeling the fear, you know that your twin's nearly ready to come through in whatever way. Because if you're not feeling the fear around something that a normal human being would be feeling fear around, then you're really near the end of your process, basically. And you can only know that by going into that thing and not feeling anything. That's the opposite of feeling good. Right, it's like my feeling good's not changing, even though I'm doing this thing that normally, you know, I should be like running scared from, right? So you're not running from something. The masculine, therefore, not running from something, not hiding under the bed. 7 of Pentacles, fruition in the physical world. Because everything, right, so this is the one truth, right, in twin flame process. That's the one thing that is, you know, when you're going in and out of the masculine and the feminine, you're really high and you feel like everything's going to be fine. I've got nothing to worry about. I'm guided all the way. I'm protected and everything's going to be fine. And I know it's all for everything at the right time, for the right thing in the right place. Therefore, I'm not worried or scared about anything. And then you go down into the masculine and you're like, oh God. And you lose it all. And you lose all the faith. And you're all like, you know, I can't live like this. I can't do this anymore. This is awful. This is not working out for me. That's not working out for me. Right. So, but hand in hand with the masculine, right, you're going through that process. So it's like you're clearing out that effect by just remaining in this sense of feeling good all the time about anything that could have an opposite effect, basically. That could bring you into the opposite of feeling good. Like they said, the well is running dry on the negative emotion, basically. Higher self, high priestess. That's the highest you can go, feminine energy, right? So it's the feminine bringing the masculine right up into their highest beingness in the framework, the human framework, the highest place that they can be in a human state, in their most feeling good, highest feeling good, masculine. But this is in the physical state. So it's not about them leaving themselves and letting go. It's about them being thoroughly grounded, number 4, in the physical state, in their feeling good, being able to ready to take you on. I was going to say take on the world, but what you want to know if they're ready to take you on, right? They're ready to take you on because you are their world, right? So the devil, what you draw to you, energetically coming through the feeling good. And again, this feeling of like, I'm doing this because I'm guided to do it. So I know it's exactly right for me to be doing it. Like that feminine energy that we're talking about, when you go into that feminine state of being really connected. Like, I don't know why I'm doing it, but I'm doing it. And that's guided. And it's a feel good. It's not a feeling worried or a feeling stressed. It's always a feel good when you're guided. Even though it's something that if you weren't in this higher state, you'd be like, oh my God, I can't do it. Do you see? So then it's the masculine in the state of being guided, just being able to do the thing, not overthinking it, and then going, oh, but I can't do it, which is coming back to you, obviously, because that's always what we're talking about, or contacting you, or saying, do you want to move in, or saying, do you want to get married, or saying, do you want to go on a cruise, or saying, do you want to go and live in Botswana with me, or saying whatever, whatever it is that's still out there that isn't laid on the table. 6 of Cups, reunion, feeling good, ending, 9 of Swords in the feminine. So again, it's really about the feminine doing something that's just in opposition to, everything in the physical dimension that asks you to be in worry or fear, which is all generated by the human race, all generated through thought consciousness. It's like when you get those letters through the door. In fact, I got one today. I won't say what it's about, but they have really big typing, and they're saying, you have to do this by a certain date. And you're like, okay. And sometimes those things like that can really put you into a state of fear. Or alternatively, you can just look at it and you can go, well, whatever, and tear it up and put it in the bin, which is what I did with that, actually. In fact, I did say F off and, under my breath, and I know I've got to do that. You want to go away. But I didn't go into fear at all. Opposite, in fact. So ending, the feminine ending, some kind of what comes through the human race that's designed to put you into fear. Designed to set you reverberating. When you get that little flutter going, that fear flutter of like, oh, someone's going to get me, I've done something wrong, or, even if you haven't done anything wrong, it's still that feeling. It's like being a kid again, right? Child. When you feel like you're being told off, when you're an adult, which is exactly what I got this morning. It's like it's telling me off in great big black letters, and it was not even a thing that, anyway, whatever. But, so inner child, feeling good, ending, feminine. So you're doing something that's it's going against the grain, they're saying. So it's going against the egoic control and manipulation that comes through the human race. That's what you're doing, whatever that is. They're just saying again, terms and conditions. When you get letters and everything, all this stuff, what they call the human race calls important documents with all the terms and conditions on that are designed to ensnare you and entrap you, and at the very least put you into a state of fear around what they could do to you if you don't follow their terms and conditions. It's something around that as well. It's something around just putting a hand up to it and saying no. Because the worst case scenario, if there is one, is that I just turn it all around, and if it's borrowing money, for example, and I give it all back to you. And there you are, and it's over. Right, something like that. I don't know. Anyway, we've got creation in the physical world. So it's a creation in the physical world. You're feeling good, basically, and the result that comes from that. So let's just see how long that is. That's what I've got. Let's put another one out quickly on all of these. 9 of Cups. We've got the positive vibration of the feminine, so created through your vibration. So it's about how you feel. You're feeling good in relation to whatever it is you do at the beginning of the week. A state of no fear, which means that you don't get that fluctuation in the vibration that comes when you go into fear. So it's a creation through your vibration by not going into that fear state. And that's not just mental, it's that physical fear where you feel it kind of shaky on the inside, right? This is not going to happen. Let's go underneath creation in the physical, wisdom. Right, so it's just like an ownership basically, and an understanding of the physical dimension and how it works in relation to your vibration, and that you manifest into your physical dimension through your vibrational state. So there's never any reason to be in fear of anything, because things will change for you if you're in a positive vibrational state. So fear is the enemy, not anything that's trying to put you into fear. Fear itself is the enemy, right? So going into fear is where you go into detriment and fall, and you start to lose momentum of vibration, and everything starts to fall apart, right? But if you stay profoundly in your sense of, in your equilibrium, in your state of oneness inside yourself, in your vibrational state of authority, right, in your knowingness, that the thing that counts is the present moment, because you're only alive in the present moment. So nothing else can ever worry you at all, because it's not here right now. Right, but if you stay not worried at all right now, the only thing that can come to you is something that won't worry you at all in the next moment you're alive. So worry brings worry and fear brings fear. Feeling good brings feeling good. So it's just that, and you can notice it in every little thing around you, you know, in the people that turn up on the path in the day when you're walking around, all kind of stuff like that, you know. Little things, little flurries. But of course, then there's the twin flame aspect as well. So you will get the things that come along because of the connection that you're in and clearing that connection. So that's why it's different to just pure law of attraction, because it's twin flames and law of attraction. 6 of Cups, go with the flow. Feminine, go with the flow. Something to do with inner child healing of the masculine that you're doing. 9 of Swords, the world, and completion. So it's completion on your fear, is completing the masculine. Emperor and the separation, and healing the separation. 5 of Pentacles. And that separation, 5 of Pentacles, physical, right, can be the state of the masculine internally. How they're separate from their feeling good. How they're separate from their belief that everything will turn out all right. How they're separate from their understanding that they are all powerful, and that they've got nothing to fear. It's poverty mentality, right, as well. So maybe something like they said about the masculine state of value or self-worth or mentality around, you know, I feel like maybe a big decision or a choice they need to make about something in their life where they just need to go for it. And maybe it's not you yet, you know, maybe there's something they have to do first that's going to show them that they can go for anything they want. Because, you know, we're both in process. You're both in process of coming into your power. High Priestess, by the choices that you make and the decisions on how you move forward, right? And the going through the guided, which is the no fear, instead of the staying held back in the fear. At the times that you're being shuttled through, right? When you feel like you're being shuttled through, let go. 6 of Swords, so the feminine, let go, right? So I'm going to do it anyway, whatever it is. Knight of Wands, ending, dark to light. It's turning something dark to light. So it's turning small print into large print. It's taking the fear away from the printed paper, printed page, something like that maybe. Devil, brain of the masculine, drawing closer, right, is the power of the masculine mentally. So it's them feeling really clarified, really conscious, really awake, really aligned, really powerful mentally, really together, organised, stable, ideas popping, you know, feeling it's great to be alive by just like, you know, being an operation in the physical, instead of being just worried and sad and depressed and not enjoying life. It's really thoroughly getting involved in life and starting to work with what there is that's available in life. You know, like the traders where they're like jumping and they're selling, buying, selling, buying, selling, all that kind of stuff, right? And it just gets their adrenaline going, and it's really exciting, and they get high off it. It's like that kind of thing in the masculine. So the masculine in the flow, right? In the flow of their masculine energy, in the flow of their mind. Hierophant, justice, what is right in relationships. So that's what is right in relation to everything, basically. You have a relationship with everything. You have a relationship with your coffee grinder, if you've got one. I have a terrible relationship with the mouse on this laptop. Although I shouldn't say that because our relationship will get worse. But, you know, I had such a bad relationship with the trackpad on this laptop that it no longer works for me. However, we shouldn't say that because, anyway, that's done now. Okay, Seven of Pentacles. The Magician, manifestation. So what's going to manifest, basically? So it's still all there to manifest. There's a lot coming, basically, in the Seven of Pentacles. There's a lot yet to harvest. There's a lot of rewards coming. Basically, it just feels like it hasn't even started in these cards. So wherever you are in your process, whatever stage you're at, even if you're in contact, or, you know, kind of like full-on contact or a little bit of contact or no contact at all, there is still loads to come. Loads more to come. It feels like in this it hasn't even started. Even for those that it might have started, it feels like a trickle is going to become a stream, and then the stream's going to become a river, and the river's going to become the Niagara Falls, and there's so much got to come from this. Got to, by it will. It's gonna. Right, that's it. I'm going to leave you with that. Like I said, I've got an offer on, so if you want to go to the website, have a look, and it's in the description box below. So if you already know how to book, I'm just going to write it in there. And have a really good week, and I'll be back with another reading, probably for the moon, on Wednesday. All right, lots of love. Take care. Bye.